Pluto is knocked out, so Eminry, is that the
Emindri.
Emendry. So Emendry is taking over for Pluto. That is a Protoss player, so now we'll be able to see a little bit of divergence, not that mirror match that we've been seeing up until now, in a Zerg versus Protoss.
Yeah, so I'm getting our score set up here. Score is going to be 2-1 in favor of fLc. Get this set here. Yep, I got it backwards. 2-1 in favor of fLc, as Pluto is able to get some wins for his team. Kirk coming in unseating the champion. So we'll see what Emindri the Protoss can do in this next game. But that is the end of Game 3, so as I promised, it's time to give away a code.
Woo!
So if you take yourself to SC2CTL.com/code and log in there, the first code will be Red Bull, as there is a Red Bull event coming up. So that is our first code. Enter that code. You will be entered to win the handwritten, signed, and all kinds of other cool things. Love note from Troy Iba Newman, the founder, creator, and head admin of SC2CTL. He would love to write you a note.
And you would love to receive it. I can guarantee it. You will be caressing it in those lonely nights, laying in your bed, realizing that somebody out there cares. If nobody else does.
Yep. Yeah. So I did just post in chat one more time the link to the Reddit thread for tonight's broadcast. It's got all the information about us and the league, so check that out, as well as follow at SC2CTL on Twitter, at WingnetSC, at Galligation, and also say a big thanks to DOS Keyboard. Actually, you know what? Here's your mission. Go to Twitter, type a tweet to @DOSKeyboard and say @WingnetSC and @Galligation wanted us to say thank you for sponsoring @SC2CTL, exactly like that. And we would super appreciate it, because DOS Keyboard is awesome for stepping up to help out the league by providing 5 keyboards. So if we can show them a little bit of gratitude, that would be just excellent.
It's definitely a good thing to show your appreciation for those companies that are willing to step out and support esports. As not a lot are willing to do that at this time, but esports are awesome, and we love being a part of it. So let's just collectively give thanks to those who make it possible.
And with that, let's head on into our next game. In our upper left-hand corner, we're going to have our Protoss challenger from fLc going against his reigning champion. It is Kirk. That came out wrong.
Wow, you just introduced both players.
I didn't say the other player's name. I stopped myself.
Yes, no, you did. You said Kirk instead of Amindri.
Did I say Kirk? Gosh.
Yeah.
All right, let's start over. In the upper left-hand corner, we've got our orange Protoss player from Team fLc. His name is Emindri.
And in the lower right-hand corner, defending his one-game advantage, trying to pull his team back into it, it is the Zerg player, Gear in the Rears, Kirk.
That is probably one of the most creative team names in the whole league.
Gear in the Rear?
Yep, I do love it.
It does make me chuckle every time I hear it.
Yep. So PvZ, definitely an interesting matchup these days. One of my least favorite, although getting into the swing of it a bit more. We've seen a lot of Gateway expands as opposed to Forge Fast expands, but this is a really early scout from Mindry, which is fairly common, putting down that pylon, sending that probe out right away to make sure there's no 6-pool going down, because that 6-pool is oh so dangerous. But he's actually not going to be scouting with it, looks like. He's stopping at the natural of Kirk.
Yep, he is. Looks like he might try and do some shenaniganery up. He's going to try and block the expansion. He wants to get the idea of what the timing is going to be on that hatchery going down.
It's interesting, though, because usually you almost always pop into the main to see what the timing of the pool is before coming out, because the hatch is almost never going to be coming down that early. So wondering why he was doing that exactly, but maybe he was just saving some APM. But he is going to pop in now, see the pool about half done. Going to sense that it was about a 12 pool, I think. But nope, see, now he's getting out just ahead of the drone that's going to be wanting to make this hatch.
And that will delay it a little bit. Kirk is sending down...
Oh, Kirk going right on past. He's going to put it at the...
He doesn't even care.
Yeah. You want to block it? Fine. I'll take my third base.
And this is interesting, because now Mindry has a drone attacking his probe, so he's going to think, hey, I'm successful in trying to block this. Oh my gosh, I'm doing so well. When in actuality, Kirk just has his third going down already. Doesn't even care.
I'm not sure if he actually saw that other drone going by. I think he didn't.
I don't think he did. No, he has no idea.
Yeah, but Mindry doing an interesting build here too, because he put down his Nexus right after his gateway. So If you're doing a gate expand, it's usually gate Cybercore and then expand, and also double gas here coming up before Cybercore. So what is up Imindri's sleeve here? Looks like Kirk is actually quite delayed in that third base. I'm assuming he didn't want to put them down all at once, but he was also supply blocked at 18, so that's going to take him down to 17 as he builds 2 Lings and an Overlord.
Kirk is getting that third base down now, so he's going to be getting ahead in that macro. And you see this happen a lot with Zergs these days. They try and get those 3 bases up on their Protoss player, deciding not to even try and deal with any of that early defense that Protoss tries to put up against Zerg early units, choosing to do the macro game instead and get a better position for the mid game.
Yeah, Kirk's scouting around a couple Lings, make sure there's no cannon rush shenaniganry going on, but there's not even a forge for Imindri, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He just doesn't know it. Warp gate going down, Mothership Core coming out, so Imindri's setting up for a pretty standard game as he sacrifices that probe, but he knows what his opponent's up to.
What do you think this pylon at the bottom of the ramp of the main is for there? I've not seen that a lot.
Yeah, I don't think that has. I think that's actually a pretty terrible position for that pylon, because that pylon should be like here, so you can start putting a couple gateways and possibly a Stargate in the wall, and then closing it off another pylon on this side. So I actually don't like that at all.
It's possible that it can split up the units that are trying to go up the main ramp, make it a little bit easier to choke it out. But I
mean, it's one force field wide, so why would you even need that?
That's fair.
Yeah, the 4 Lings coming in. He's gonna be able to get this one probe down. It looks like, but the probe's running away. Does get it. The
Mothership does not have enough energy for the goes down overcharge.
Gonna lose 2 probes. A third goes down. Here's the Mothership Core, pokes away at those Lings, but is he gonna get a third? No. So it looks like just two probes. Actually, 4 probes killed for Kirk total. So that's gonna be a thing now, as 30 drones for Kirk and 30 workers for Imindri. They're on pretty even footing, but
Imindri is going for a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, I figured there had to be something like that coming up with how early those gas were, and the Twilight Council is usually not a super good play. Blink, I don't know, I've just not been a huge fan of Blink going up against a lot of roaches lately, so anytime that goes down, it's that early is almost going to be for a Dark Shrine for sure. But Mothership Core and a couple Zealots moving out, going to try and put some pressure on this third base.
And Kirk doesn't have any units right now. He's just been playing all macros, so he's going to have to do something in order to defend against this.
Yeah, when you put down that third hatch so soon, you almost are committed to making a lot of drones to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, you just have a defenseless base that's not doing anything for you.
But instead, he has a defenseless base doing something for him at the moment. But
yeah,
Zealots are chasing down that queen. Lings are coming out. They are speedlings. So they are going to try and do some damage. And those Lings, they're blocking the Zealots. The Zealots are attacking the Queen, so they're not getting any shots off on those Zerglings. Zerglings are going to be able to clean that up, and Imindri might even lose his Mothership Core if he's not careful, and he does.
Yeah, I had no doubts that Kirk was going to be able to hold that off, because he had a lot of Lings in production as well as those Queens, but he is warping in DTs now to see what he can do. He has no detection, so that is going to definitely probably, that's a great saying, as I'm going to predict it's definitely going to take out this third base, so Kirk is going to be put back on 2 bases here, as he is getting pneumatized carapace or ventral sac, so he's going to be doing some drops. But Imindri's sending the DTs into the natural.
One in each base, it looks like, is where he's headed.
So that's a great play. He's going for drone kills now instead of taking out bases, it looks like.
2 detectors are in production at the moment. And Imindri switching into Stargate now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good play, I think, because he hasn't seen, as he comes in here, he's not seeing a Hydralisk Den. He does see the layer, but, there's melee upgrades going down. He doesn't know that, but Kirk is showing no signs of going Hydras, so Air a great choice, especially since it seems like he's setting up for some ground attacks and or roaches. So it looks like Imindri is just going to abandon this base here now as a detector comes in. Put down a third base of his own.
Look at that. Imindri is caught in these Zerglings, only just now trying to whack at some to get out of there, but he's going to lose that DT. Great play by Kirk.
That was really nice. I like that. Hallucinated Void Ray coming across, so he is going to be showing his air before he even really has it out, which is interesting. But 2 Robos coming down, so he's not going to be going crazy with air. It looks like he's going to be going right into Colossus and Immortal.
And Kirk is going to be doing some Baneling drops here. This is going to be really neat. He is getting the pneumatized carapace now, so those Overlords are going to be a little bit faster. They're going to be loading up those Banelings into those Overlords and dropping... Although that's not going to help him a whole lot against the air.
Yeah, the hallucinated Void Ray coming in, I don't think Kirk is fooled by that, as those do die much faster than the real ones, but...
Plus, don't do any damage.
And don't do any damage, but Zealot Charge coming down as well as +1 attack, so Imindri is definitely going to be going with the ground army as he's getting his third base up here. Imindri's in a really good position as Kirk has not... Oh, now he just takes his fourth.
Kirk taking a fourth, and it has 14 Banelings in production that are going to be loading... Well, I guess they're rallied somewhere else at the moment, but...
Yeah, Imindri did know that that base was going down before he even came out here, but that DT is not going to make it back, I don't think, especially if he keeps on running. Zerglings trap and take him out, so that's going to be a big deal. This pylon now going to go down. That's a lot of Banelings.
It is a lot of Banelings, and they are going to load up into these Overlords and do some decent damage, I think. But there is some aggression going down on the main. Looks like it is... Oh, it's just a hallucinated Phoenix.
Yep, there is a real Void Ray coming down to the fourth base now, so that is going to take that out because there isn't creep up there, so it would take a Queen forever to get up there. So he's going to end up having to cancel that, but he does load up all the Banelings and Zerglings into those Overlords.
And that's a great play here. He's going to be able to get a lot done with only air units on the map right now.
And he does have
two Immortals.
He does have the +1 melee upgrade too, so it's going to one-shot these workers.
There's one Immortal and 3 Zealots on the map, 2 Sentries, so they could get some stuff done.
High Templar coming down as well, so Storm going to be researched as well as... I haven't seen a Robo Bay yet, so it looks like he's just going for Immortal, Void Ray, High Templar, which honestly I can't say is a bad composition, but he's going to... This drop is going to catch him by complete surprise, as he did a nice job of splitting his Overlord. He's going to drop some at the third and the natural, both at the same time. This is going to be awesome.
That is really cool. Kirk does pull some Queens down. They did take forever to get over there, but he is able to cancel and rebuild that base, so it does get delayed, but it will end up going down as everything's unloading now.
Oh, the Overlords on the right side do bypass the third. They're going over for the natural, but you can tell that Imindri was caught off guard as he has to pull all the probes back.
All the probes go into the natural just in time for all these Banelings to drop. Not great connections there, though. Oh, they keep running into things they shouldn't be hitting. Oh, and that didn't go as well as he would have liked, I'm sure. There is one Baneling left in one of the Overlords, but that's the one getting targeted.
He's got a spider sense on targeting that Overlord, but oh, now it's right near the Stalker, so they are going to target that one probably.
He's got to get out of there.
Nice.
He does drop it.
That was a great play. Total of 15 workers killed by Kirk, so not as much as I thought it would be, but these Immortals are going to be swallowed up by these Lings. This is a huge swell of Lings he's got here with the +1 attack upgrade, so these Immortals are going to be going down very fast.
All of this is going to be going down very fast. There's just so many Zerglings here, and Void Rays don't kill Zerglings very quickly.
Absolutely.
And Baneling's hitting all these. Oh, so many probe kills. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that one. Oh, he just missed the opportunity to kill every single one of these probes, but he does get half of them, so that's still a good result.
Total of 50, 60, 61 workers killed, 62. So many probe kills here.
A handful of Zerglings still hacking away at the main of Imindri as well.
Mindry's just really hanging on for dear life here. He's got nothing in production right now. I mean, how can he either? He doesn't really... I guess he's got money, but he doesn't have any of the probes that he's going to need.
Yeah, as a Protoss, it definitely hurts my soul to see this, but it is such a cool play because you just don't see it very much. I mean, you do not see the drops being a very big strategy outside of Fun Day Monday.
That's very true. Mendry moving out with his army now, realizing that he has to get something done.
Yeah, but he does have quite the force here himself with Zealots and a couple, it's like 1 Archon, 3 Void Rays, Mothership Core. Going to be able to get a lot done because Imindri doesn't have a ton of things. Now he's switching into the Spire Tech with 24 Banelings being morphed here out in the middle.
Some Overlords full of Zerglings are running around somewhere.
Well, these Archons can do a ton of damage to Zerglings if the Zealots can tank for them.
Banelings are rolling in now. This is not going to be good.
Oh, nothing like an Archon surrounded with Banelings, and it doesn't take that many hits, but the Banelings cannot hit the Void Rays, but the Void Rays take forever to kill them, but it looks like they're just going to rush on through to the natural of Imindri.
And that's exactly what he needs to do now. I mean, he can win in a base trade situation at this point. Queens are running their way across the map to try and deal with these Void Rays and Mothership Core, and they may actually get this Mothership Core down.
It looks like there was a Zergling drop here in the main to clean up the remaining gateways of Mindry, and the Banelings all coming into the third. Not much there for them to kill. A couple drones, not the best trades to those Zerglings, but Kirk's so far ahead, it just doesn't matter right now.
That's right. The Mothership Core does move into the third base and is trying to do some damage, but these Queens are just moving around, and they might be able to get some kills here. But he has to deal with these Void Rays.
Oh, he does target down the Spire.
Targeted now, and that's going to go down.
Yeah, but he's losing his third. He's already lost his main. Natural is the only thing mining, only with a handful of probes. So Kirk is, or I'm sorry, Mindry is doing really rough spot, and there's a whole bunch more Zerglings coming, and this is going to be enough to clean up the rest of this. So this is going to be the end for Mindry, no matter what he has.
Mindry does lose all of those Void Rays and Mothership Core, and there's the GG.
So another good game. Kirk showing some really strong play. You know, pulling out those drops, that's just such a cool strategy. No one expects it, so it can do such massive damage. I love seeing those kind of strategies that just obviously take your opponent by sheer surprise.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you don't really see that unless you're playing a goof game most of the time. But it can be really powerful. In this situation, you got so many probe kills, and you know, what is Mindry going to do against that when he's going air? There's just so many Lings, there's so many Banelings, and he didn't really have the ground army to be able to thwart that.